talk about the rules. You'll take turns answering Age of Empires 2 related questions. These can be Tech 3 related questions, tournament questions, or campaign questions. There will be 20 questions in total, divided into 3 groups of increasing difficulty. You'll get 1 point for a level 1 question, 2 points for a level 2 question, and 3 points for a level 3 question. In the case of an incorrect answer, your opponent will have the chance to steal. The majority of these questions have once again been generously provided by the great Mr. Azot-Spike. As always, thank you so much for your patience and your contribution, my friend. But this time, I'm also including a few questions from Big Walter, who was kind enough to send me a couple of his awesome suggestions. To those of you watching and listening, if you happen to have fun and entertaining questions you think would fit this show, do not hesitate to send me an email. You can find my email in the About section of my YouTube channel. Ornlu, T West, it's an honor and a pleasure to welcome you fine folks to my channel for the first time. How are you doing today, my friends?
Oh, well, it's great to be here. I've mostly known Nelson as the guy who stole Crip's bag, so it's nice to be here.
I'm glad there are still people around who remember that one episode. It's been many
I remember
years.
you as the WSVG Maldives caster.
Well, kind of the same thing, right? It happened at the same place.
Yeah.
Well, as unfortunate and sad it might be, that's still my most famous clip on the internet. So I'm hoping to change things at some point. Yeah, so both your names have been suggested several times now, so I really appreciate you guys taking the time to be here. But now, without further ado, let's get down to business. Level 1 questions. These will be worth 1 point. We're going to start with Ornlu. You guys ready?
Born ready.
Let's go.
Let's go. Ornlu. Do knights counter pikes? No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Don't
no.
answer that
No.
one. Don't answer that one.
It depends. Come on.
Too soon, maybe. Too soon. Okay. Ornlu, name 2 civilizations that can train discounted knights.
Berbers and Poles.
That's it. That's 1 point for Ornlu. Easy enough. T West, name 2 civilizations that can train discounted spearman line units.
Byzantines and Goths.
For example, perfect. 1 point for T West. We'll just keep moving. Ornlu, name 1 civilization with camels but no bloodlines.
Ethiopians.
That's it. 1 more point for Ornlu. T West, name 1 civilization with fully upgraded champions except for squires.
Except for squires. Well, I guess Celts don't have squires because they get the bonus. So
That's absolutely
Celts.
correct. That's
If
absolutely
that's acceptable.
That's absolutely acceptable. Would you know another one? This is one that's very dear to me. There's one other civ that meets
Civ
these
that's
conditions. Yeah, it's a civ that's very dear to me. Well, I can
Maybe
tell that
Tyranids
Ornlu.
then?
No. What about Ornlu? Do you know?
Portuguese.
And that's it, indeed. No
Portuguese,
point
right.
for you, though. No point for you. Okay, let's move on. These are going to be campaign questions. What was the this one is for Ornlu. Ornlu, what was the name of Alaric the First's arch enemy?
Saurus.
That's it. Wow. Impressive. 3 points for Ornlu, 2 points for T West. Another campaign for T West. Campaign question. Joan of
Another
Arc was known as the Maid of what French city?
Made of Orleans.
Easy. Wow. What a
Way.
start. What a start. Wow. Okay, let's move on. 2 more level 1 questions. Ornlu, which of these units has more HP? An unupgraded Persian war elephant or a fully upgraded Vietnamese elite battle elephant? For obvious reasons, no chance to steal.
Aw.
The Persian war elephant with no upgrades, has 450 HP, and the Vietnamese battle elephant has 420 HP. So it's the Persian elephant.
I'm flabbergasted. That's 100% correct. The values as well. Wow. What a start. Okay, so last level 1 question. This is going to be for T West. Which
Okay.
hero unit has more HP? Ornlu the Wolf or Theodoric the Great? No chance to steal.
Oh, this is just going to be a 50-50 guess then. I'm gonna go with- Let's go with Ornlu.
Ornlu, is that correct?
I think Theodoric's 450 and Ornlu's 400.
Wow. Dude, yes.
Yeah.
What you
I
said
had
is
no idea
correct.
what Theodoric was. I knew
So
Ornlu was
that-
400, so I figured that was a
Yeah.
good amount of HP.
I remember it's like it just has a stupid amount of HP.
Yeah.
Absolutely impressive still. Wow. So that means no point for T West. So it's 4 points for Ornlu, 3 points for T West. Yeah, well, talk about a start. Wow. Well, people did tell me that you guys are going to completely destroy this quiz. So far, absolutely on point. Okay,
I
let's
feel like
move
we also
on.
have very different, like,
We
random
do.
AoE2 knowledge bases too. Like, I think either of us could probably come up with a quiz that the other person would have no idea how to do.
Yes.
Well, that's why I'm aware of that. That's why I tried to
Yeah.
mix up things a little bit just to make sure that it's, it remains relatively fair here. Okay, let's move on. These are going to be level 2 questions, so these are going to be worth 2
Go.
points. For the first 2 questions, there won't be a chance to steal, and you guys will see immediately why. We're going to start with Ornlu. From top to bottom, name the top 5 players in terms of Age of Empires 2 tournament earnings. And these are going to be according to esportsearnings.com.
Oh,
And
boy.
you'll get 1 point if you can tell me the correct names, and another point if you can also name the correct order. So no chance to steal. Feel free to think aloud.
Okay. The Viper is definitely one. Grunt has to be up there. Probably Leary. Doubt. Oh boy. Hera. I'm guessing it's mostly, new school players plus Grunt.
No hint for me. My lips are going to be sealed.
I'm guessing the Viper, Grunt, Doubt, Leary, Hera.
So that's your final answer.
Yeah.
And that is incorrect, my friend.
Yeah.
No chance to steal for this one. You were pretty close, but Grunt is not there, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Halen not there anymore too?
Halen is not there as well. I guess I believe you missed Mr. Yo. So Mr. Yo would be on the top 5.
Oh, okay.
So we have Viper would have been the highest one indeed. Then Leary. Then pretty close to Leary is Doubt. And then we got Hera and Yo. So it's a
Okay.
pretty modern day top 5, so to speak. But you were still pretty close. Still really close. Unfortunately, the Grunt was not there.
Yeah.
All
Where is
right,
he on
let's
the
move.
list nowadays? 'Cause I remember he was in the top 5, like, as of a few years ago. We've probably
Yeah,
had a whole
same.
bunch of prize pools in the past couple of years that have knocked him down.
It's number 7. Grunt
Oh,
sits at number
Okay,
7.
yeah, he's still up
actually.
there.
Yeah. So 6 would have been Tato. So still
Oh,
number 7 is
okay.
Grunt. Well, that's kind of amazing, right? Because he stopped playing for such a long time.
Yeah.
It's kind,
Well, he
kind
just
of
won
amazing.
that one huge tournament back in 2001 or whatever.
I forget what it's called. It's the World Cyber. No, it wasn't the World Cyber
it was
Games.
WCG.
Cyber Games?
Was it
Yeah.
World Cyber Games? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times when those things were organized, and Age of Empires 2 was part of it. All right, so no points for Ornlu in these questions, which means this is the first chance for T-West to surpass Ornlu. T-West, so from top to bottom, name the top 4 countries in terms of tournament earnings. Again, these are going to be according to esports earning. And I think there's an important clarification to make here. We're talking about the earnings of each individual player representing these countries added up together, right? So it's not, you see what I mean? So it's not like the team itself, it's just like individual players. Same thing.
Oh, okay,
you'll
so
get one.
not like this team won Nations Cup and that's
Correct.
connected to them.
Correct.
It's, like,
We're talking
individually,
about
like Viper and MBL count to Norway.
correct.
Individually. All right.
That's it. Same thing with Ornlu. You'll get 1 point if you can tell me the correct names, and another point if you can also name the correct order. No chance to steal,
interesting.
obviously.
So that's gonna be, because we got to think, because it's not just like about who did well; it's about like number of players who have won stuff.
Thinking is good, my friend.
Yeah, you got to think. China has to be there. I want to say like China, Brazil, Norway, just because I think Viper and MBL gotta contribute. And this isn't the order. I'm just throwing out names now.
Okay.
Let's say China, Brazil, Norway, and one more. Let's see. Germany has a lot of players, and they also have Jordan, who probably won some events.
Would you know the answer to this one, Ornlu?
And how many am I listing for?
You said, yeah, you need to list 4. You've listed 3 so far, and I'm not saying those are correct or wrong.
Yeah. Let's then. Let's go with China, Brazil, and Norway and Germany. Those will be my 4, and I'll list them. I'll say let's do them in that order: China, Brazil, Norway, Germany, from 1 to 4.
That's incorrect, my friend.
All right.
Again, very close, but instead of Germany, we would have had. Do you know what? You know which one? Because you're gonna be mad when I tell you which country it was. You know which
I
one?
would have guessed
USA.
Vietnam.
Vietnam. No, actually not. It would have been Canada.
It would have been Canada. Okay, that's another one.
You know,
yeah,
with
that would have been like
Chris,
Chris and
Chris,
Hera.
yeah.
Hera, Menalist, a bunch of. I'm sure I'm forgetting someone. There's Ra as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the correct order would have
Spirit
been
of the Law.
correct. Spirit of the Law. The correct order would have been China number 1. China number 1. Bit of a meme, but that's what it is. Then Norway, Canada, and Brazil. And the funny thing is that China and Norway are pretty close together in terms of earnings. But for China, there are 155 players that are contributing to the, to the
There's
prize.
just so many of them who contribute.
100, and Norway is only 35. And to be fair, it's basically Viper and MBL, of course.
Yeah. MBL. And Gluttony. Don't forget about him.
Oh yeah.
I can actually, let's take a look at that. Let's see if Gluttony is actually contributing to the prize pool. Not prize pool. Yeah, Gluttony is at number 8.
Yes.
Interesting enough. So
All
it's Viper, MBL, Fletcher. I don't think I remember the name of this player. Sletton, I remember. Keller, of course, still plays. Lecture, that's an old name. I remember him from the Boobly times. Lecture was a very good player. John, I think was his name. All right, so no points either for this question.
Okay.
I'm starting to feel a little bit better, which means this could be a little bit of a challenge for you.
I think
All
we
right.
both got at least partially correct on that one.
Correct, which means it's a good level for you guys. Not too easy, not too hard. We're gonna move on. This is gonna be third question from the second level, and this one is gonna be for Ornlu. Ornlu, name one of the only 2 civilizations that get bombard cannons and fully upgraded cavalry archers.
Bombard cannons and fully upgraded cav archers. Well, Turks is one of them.
Easy enough. That's it. 2 points for Ornlu. 6 points.
And, Saracens would be the other one.
Absolutely correct. That means it's 6 points for Ornlu, and it's 3 points for T West. Moving on. T West, what's the only European civilization without access to cavalry archers?
The Bohemians.
Man, yes, that's it. Wow, you guys are impressive. No help from whoever just came into your room, Ornlu?
That would be my dad giving me coffee.
No stream
Coffee in the
cheating.
middle.
Hello, Dad. This was a joke. I don't think
You better
T-West
check
and
what's
Ornlu
inside
are
that coffee. Maybe there's some answers.
I don't know.
Right.
It's written the texture in the frosting or something.
Absolutely. Just a piece of paper inside. There's no liquid. Yeah. Okay, that's it. It's 6 points for Ornlu. It's 5 points for TOS. Pretty close.
Okay.
And we're gonna move on with question number 5 from level 2. Ornlu. This one's gonna be for Ornlu. A campaign question, Ornlu. In 2 of the following 5 campaigns, you'll be playing with more than one civilization. Which ones? Algerdus and Kastutes, Elric, the Oatvilles, El Cid, or Babur? Let me know if you want me to repeat the options.
Well, there are very few campaigns where you play as more than one civ. So El Cid is one. You play as Spanish and Saracens. Babur, you start with Tatars, and then you switch over to Hindustanis in the second level. And then the third one is Dracula, where you play as Turks, Magyars, Slavs, and then Magyars again.
Okay. What's the answer again?
Oh, sorry. I think El Cid and Babur were the two.
That's correct. Wow.
You didn't include Dracula in your choices.
Yeah, that's why I was a little bit confused. No,
sorry, I was
why is he
just
bringing
thinking
up
out loud.
Dracula. You're just flexing. Just admit it, my
No.
friend. Nah, that's totally fine. 2 points for you. Absolutely impressive. 8 points in total for Ornlu and 5 points for T West. Next question is going to be for T West, the last one for the second level. T West, in the 4th scenario of Evilo's campaign, Echoes of Heroes, you start with 3 heroes: Evilo, a Conic, Georgi Turtor, a cavalry unit, and Cosma. what type of unit is Cosma? And let me know if you want me to spell Georgi Turder.
Yes, spell it.
Okay. So it's two different names. It's Giorgi, second word, Terter. Georgi Turder, or whatever.
Yeah, that does not help me answer the question. Let's see. Yeah, no, I'm much better at the original campaigns than I am with the new ones. This is a Vilo.
There will be a chance to steal, so feel free to think aloud, but don't give your opponents too many tips or hints.
Yeah, this is me just needing to take a guess then.
Did you play the scenario, or like do you remember the
I
scenario?
did play this one once, but I didn't play. Like I haven't played the new ones as well. I'm gonna guess he's an infantry unit.
Is that your final answer?
That will be my final one.
That's incorrect. There's a chance to steal for Mr. Ornlu.
Cosma is a Bogomil priest. So it's
Right.
priest.
So priest. That's correct indeed. 2 points for Ornlu.
I'm trying to remember which scenario this was. Was this the one where you have that little like enclosure and you need to escape over the wall? Or is that
No, that's the 5th scenario. It's the one where you play like
that's the 5th one.
leapfrog, where you're like converting the random villagers in the mountain passes.
Oh,
Right.
okay, yeah, that one. Okay, yeah, there's a few like that. That's what that one is. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you have known with this tidbit of information?
Then I probably would have taken a guess as that it was a priest unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But have you played it on stream? I mean, you don't.
I did play it on stream. I did play all the campaigns on stream, but there's dozens of them.
Well, yeah, true.
Right, yeah.
That's obviously.
kind
I
of
have the
wondered after a
advantage
while.
of having to go back and make YouTube videos for like the campaign tier list thing. So
Yeah.
How would you actually rate the new campaigns? I mean, you're both very knowledgeable about these things. Are they on par with the earlier ones? Better, worse?
I feel like they've gotten better over time. Like when the HD came out and they just had the Forgotten campaigns, those were pretty bad. African Kingdoms, they still weren't that great. Rajas, they start getting okay, and I feel like with DE they've gotten better. And Jadwiga was really good. I'd say that's
the one I played. I thought that one was really amazing. Well, do you know what it's changed? Is that just the fact that they're getting more experienced at it, or do they have no people working on these things?
they've had the same group of people working at least since DE came out.
But they've hired LordBasse. He is a legend.
Yeah, LordBasse. He did Jadwiga and Regendra. But I totally agree with T West. I think that there was definitely a dip with the Forgotten, but then they got better and better over time. And for a more detailed rating, I would recommend checking out my YouTube channel.
I'll be linking it down below. I'll be linking it. I'll make sure to link it down below.
There we go.
Okay, so when you say this one guy came down to the team, what does he do? Does he make the scripts?
So if you've played the like any of the custom scenarios on AOK Heaven over the years, he has like some of the most amazing custom scenarios over there.
So just in terms of plot, or in
terms of just like plot and the trigger mechanics. There's if you want to sell out my YouTube, you can check out the Relics of Athalën series.
Those things, dude. That's one of the reasons you're here for, apart from for having this quiz show. Okay, that's awesome. We have 10 points for Ornlu, and we have 5 points for T West. Let's move on to level 3 questions. These are going to be pretty hard, as far as I can tell. We're going to start with Ornlu here. No chance to steal for the first 2 questions. So again, feel free to think aloud. Ornlu, order the following units from the fastest to the slowest. A fully garrisoned Mongol siege tower with drill. Missionary with fervor and husbandry, Shravamsha rider with husbandry, and feudal scout without husbandry. No chance to steal. I can repeat as often as you want. You can write them down if you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to write these down.
Yes.
Okay, so we have the Mongol siege tower, or siege ram, right?
Siege tower, fully
siege tower.
garrisoned. Fully garrisoned, an important detail, with drill. So then we have a missionary with fervor and husbandry. then a Shravamsha Rider with Husbandry, and a Feudal Scout without Husbandry. So we need the correct order from fastest to slowest.
Okay, so I have Mongol Siege Tower, Missionary, Shravamsha Rider, Scout, and what's the other one?
That's it. It's only 4. But
okay.
you're kind of missing the upgrades, which are very important as well.
Yeah. No, I have the upgrades.
Cool.
So it should be Shravamsha Rider, Siege Tower, Scout, Missionary.
And that's your final answer.
That's my final answer.
Dude, that's correct. What?
Yeah.
That's correct. 3 points for you. I went back and forth so much with this question because I thought it would be way too hard. There you go. That's just so easy for you guys. Okay.
I did a video a little while ago comparing all of the unit movement speeds.
Okay, now there won't be any bonus
I remember
points.
I was in that video. You were like, yes, no one's sure we're gonna leave him behind or something.
Yep.
Now there won't be any bonus points for you. Or in a little bit, can you tell me the correct speeds as well? I'm kind of curious.
The Shravamsha Rider is 1.76, I think.
That's it. Siege Tower fully garrisoned with infantry units.
I don't remember the Mongol Siege Tower fully garrisoned.
But you just guess it would have been a little bit
like
less.
It's probably like 1.6 something.
It's 1.7 exactly.
Okay, it's 1.7.
0.7, and then every unit adds 0.5.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, 1.2. It's 1.2.
1.2 because of drill, and then it adds 0.05.
Drill, yeah.
The
Feudal Scout would be the next.
Oh
one.
yeah, the Feudal Scout's 1.55.
Correct.
And the Missionary, it is, you get 10% for Husbandry, 15% for Fervor. I think the base movement speed's 1.2, so it's whatever.
I don't remember if it's 1.2, but it's 1.39 would have been the final result indeed. Yeah. Wow, impressive stuff, really. All right, so let's move on. This is going to be West's time to answer. Okay. And it's going to be kind of a similar question here. So order the following units from highest to lowest in terms of HP.
Okay.
So we have, you might want to write down the options as well. So we got the Elite Hussite Wagon, a non-elite Dravidian Elephant Archer, a Battering Ram with Fur Celtica, and a non-elite Ballista Elephant with Bloodlines. No chance to steal.
So
did you get the options?
Ballista Elephant with Bloodlines or no Bloodlines?
It's Ballista Elephant. It's non-elite with Bloodlines.
Okay, non-elite with Bloodlines. So it's an elite Hussite Wagon, a Dravidian non-elite Elephant Archer. What are the upgrades on that?
I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we have a Battering Ram with Fur Celtica.
And that's a Battering Ram, not a Siege Ram, or a...
It's a Battering Ram.
Battering Ram, right. And Ballista Elephant with Bloodlines, all right.
No chance to steal. Feel free to think aloud.
Let's think about this. So I don't know if I've ever actually used a Battering Ram with, like, Fur Celtica and not, like, a Siege Ram. So this is definitely not a number that, like, I've seen in a game before.
But I'm sure you know the values, right?
I do not have these values memorized, no. Ironically, I know movement speeds better than I do HPs of elephant units. This is I'm much better at stuff from the original game than from the expansions. So you throw all the new elephant units in, I'm not as familiar with them. It's like I play with them and I don't know the values. I think so Ballista Elephant with Bloodlines, that should be ahead of the Elephant Archer. Let's... I should put... or... I'm gonna go with...
Oh, you're done already? Okay.
Well, this is one I don't know. I don't know the values exactly, so I gotta take an educated guess, and this is gonna be my guess. I'll go with I'll go with Ballista Elephant, Ram, Elephant Archer, Hussite Wagon.
And that's your final answer.
That's the final answer.
Okay, that's unfortunately incorrect. No chance to steal for Ornlu, but you can still give it a crack if you want to, Ornlu.
So Fura Celtica is 40% HP. Rams have 180 HP. I'm not.
You gotta do some math
unlike
with that,
TOS,
right?
I am so bad at math. So,
That's so interesting. You know all the values, but you can't make any calculations.
Yep.
It would have been the exact opposite with TOS.
And the Elite Hussite Wagon, I think, is 250. Elephant Archer is 230 with because only with Bloodlines you get to the nice round 250. Ballista Elephant, I think, is also 230. I want to say, but with Bloodlines it goes up to 250.
Yeah, so that one you're a little bit off. So it would have been the Ballista Elephant, number one. That's what you said, TOS. Okay. Then we have the Hussite Wagon at 250. And then the Battering Ram with Fura Celtic, it's 245. So it's 175, the base HP, and then it's plus 40%. And that rounds up to 245. And last place would have been the Dravidian Elephant Archer with 230.
Yeah, I had no idea where to put the Hussite Wagon in that list, to be honest. But I think I got the rest of them ordered right.
Yeah, I would assume. I thought people would have a little bit of an easier time with HP because it's something that it's displayed all the time on the screen. Right?
Yeah,
you see HP all the time, but speed, you don't really ever see it unless you're someone who likes math and likes to make mathematical videos about Age of Empires too. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's 13 points for Ornlu, 5 points for TOS. We're going to move on. And next question is going to be a campaign question for Ornlu. Ornlu, which civilization represents Patavium in the 6th scenario of the Attila campaign? And sorry about my pronunciation. I have no clue if that's how you pronounce it.
It's always Padua in my heart, and it's Britons.
Dude, that's it. 3 points for Ornlu.
Yep. They're the first ones that build the wonder. It's purple. That's like right near your base.
Yeah. And then they build that second wonder later on.
Yeah, they build the wonder after you enter Verona because they have the random TC in Verona.
We're going to move on with, this is going to be TOS. Question for TOS, also campaigns. TOS, in which campaign is the Battle of Carina depicted? Battle of Carina, and I can spell it as well if you want me to.
Yes, spell it.
Okay, so it's Kirina. Carina.
This is one I don't know, and I just take a guess based on the spelling of what region it's in. Arena. This has to be one of the newer campaigns, because otherwise I would know the answer. So it's where would words... Can you spell that again for me one more time?
Absolutely. So it's Kirina. Carina.
Carina. So something I don't know from history, which means it's probably not a Western European battle, and let's go for something kind of Eastern Europe to Asia. I don't know. Let's go. Let's see. I think I would remember from the custom campaigns if it were Tamerlane. It's definitely. It's not going to be Jadwiga, or I'd probably remember it from there. Let's go with let's go with Kotyan Khan.
That's
campaign, which is a random guess, but probably wrong.
That's incorrect, indeed. Chance to steal for Ornlu.
Yeah, I have no idea. Algirdas and Kashtutas.
That's incorrect as well. The correct answer would have been Sundiata or Sundiata or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, that would have been the 5th scenario. Okay, so let's move on. Last 2 questions. And these are going to be a question for both of you guys at the same time, kind of.
Okay.
So, for each of the following civilizations, name the most expensive technology or unit upgrade. aging up and spies not included. So basically, we want to know what's the most expensive thing for each of the civilizations that I'm about to say. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. You will answer this in turns. So I will name one civ, and then Ornlu will tell me the most expensive thing for that civ. Then I'll name the second civ. TOS is gonna answer. Then back to Ornlu, and so on. I'll be naming 6 civs in total, and for each correct answer, you will get 3 points. That means that everything is still possible, and a comeback will be on the line eventually.
And say it again. Most expensive unit or technology?
It's basically the most expensive thing that civilization can research.
Okay. And
got it?
So not counting wonders, presumably.
Not
so
counting
technologies then.
Right, okay. That would have been in buildings. So we're not counting buildings, and we're not counting aging up. So Imperial Age would not be there, and spies obviously not going to be counted there as well. You guys ready? So we're going to start with Ornlu. Ornlu, Persians.
Most expensive thing is Elite War Elephant.
That's absolutely correct. T-West, Burgundians.
Burgundians. I'm thinking.
Take your time.
Paladin is discounted for them, so it's not going to be Paladin. And it's going to be one of their... It's either their unique upgrade or their unique text to them. Let's see. The Burgundian Vineyards is in the Castle Age. That's not too much. That's going to be Elite Courtier or Flemish Revolution. Probably Elite Courtier.
Is that your final answer?
That is the final answer.
That's incorrect, unfortunately. It would have been the Flemish Revolution. Yes. All right, let's move on.
No, I forget because that was rebalanced at some point, and I think they made it more expensive, right? So
it used to be Elite Courtier, then they nerfed the cost of Flemish Revolution.
Yeah, like 2 patches ago or something, right? Yeah. Ornlu, Slavs.
It's still going to be Siege Onager.
That's correct. That's the Siege Onager indeed. TOS, Vietnamese.
Vietnamese, it's got to be Elite Battle Elephant.
That's correct. 3 points for you as well. Moving on to Ornlu, Britons.
Oh. I don't think anything's more expensive than Elite Longbowman. I mean, you don't have Paladin or Siege Onager. Warwolf and Yeoman are both expensive, but I don't think they're not Elite Longbowman expensive. So I'm gonna go with Elite Longbowman.
That's incorrect. Correct answer would have been Heavy Scorpion.
They used to not have Heavy Scorpion.
Moving on to TOS, Byzantines.
Byzantines. Let's see. That's now I got to think about all the random stuff the Byzantines have.
Take your time.
Nothing at the dock's going to be more than Cataphracts or Logistica. Neither at the university. They have faith at the monastery.
So is that...
Well, that's 1,750. But that's not going to be as expensive as Elite Cataphract or... Oh, wait. The Elite Cataphract and Logistica were made cheaper in a patch, too. Now I don't know what their costs are. It's probably still Elite Cataphract.
That's incorrect. Paladin would have been the correct answer.
Paladin, still.
It's pretty close, though. It's pretty close. And that means Ornlu is the winner of the show. Congratulations, my friend. Yeah, there's going to be music in the background.
That's going to be music. Great.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time. It was really nice to have you guys here and welcome you guys for the first time to my channel. And for the folks watching and listening to this, if you happen to enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and we'll see each other very soon in another video.